Hey everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is SilverHyena, and what I've got for today is something that I was originally planning to do before I even moved to Texas, and that was like back in like 2020, I think, was when I meant to do this. Anyways, okay, here. I brought this out. Now then, this was a piece I did for the channel a while back, and if you're curious about that, I will have links in the description below to the various steps used to create this piece. However, one thing I noticed after the creation of the piece, I had used this particular marker paper, this Canson Marker Paper, Pro Layout, whatever, and the whole time I was working on this piece, I was on the wrong side of it. This particular marker paper does have a right and a wrong side to use, and yes, it does matter, because even though I'm still happy with how this piece turned out, it is a little bit streakier than I would like. And so I had made very, very sure off camera to do this piece on the right side of the paper. The thing is, I put it in my portfolio to keep it safe, because this paper is very, it's like, I think that the only thinner paper out there would be tissue paper or tracing paper, but I kept it so safe, I promptly forgot about it. So there is that. Anyways, I found it when I was just looking for some old pieces of mine to take pictures of to post on my Instagram. By the way, feel free to follow me there. I will have one of those little thingies pop up right now at SilverHyena Art. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna get to testing out this marker paper again. I mean, I'm only like, what, 3 or 4 years late. It's no big deal.
Okay, so one of the major things to watch out for when you're drawing on paper this thin, any imperfection on your table, desk, clipboard, or whatever, you'll know in a hurry. I gotta know, since throughout this entire piece I had to keep an eye out on this pink paint stain that I didn't notice until I started this video. Yeah, that was probably from when I was painting Neo on my bullet journal, because it's pink. It's like neon pink paint. Yeah, this particular masonite board I use for my videos, it needs retirement. I need to get a new board. Anyways, when you draw out of a sketchbook or on a thicker piece of paper, like good old Bristol or my favorite, Strathmore marker paper, little bumps and imperfections on your surface aren't too big of a deal. However, they're a very big deal when you're drawing on something that has only a little bit more durability, it seems, than tissue paper. Another point of note with this Canson marker paper, make sure you color on the front side. I already have a video showcasing what happens when you color on the wrong side. I'll link that video down below and have one of those little eye bubbles pop up for you. Bottom line, there's a clear difference between when you color on the front versus the back. Coloring on the back of Canson marker paper, it's a streaky mess. Trying to layer was just, you'll see what I mean in the previously recommended video. So go ahead and watch that now if you'd like. Just pause this one, jump over to that one real quick. I'll wait. Oh good, you're back already? Alrighty. There's a world of difference when you actually color on the front side, the correct side. Marker application is nice and smooth. I was originally worried about the paper crinkling or sliding all over, but it pretty much stayed put. Another plus. I do love the texture of this paper, or rather, lack thereof. Canson marker paper is just delightfully smooth. Now some of the issues I have. Well, as stated before and shown many, many times, it is thin. Very thin. There is bleed through, so don't color on any surface you don't want to become colorful, shall we say. On the subject of bleeding, well, there is just bleeding as you work. Just something to keep in mind. This paper is worth a try for alcohol-based marker enthusiasts. However, I personally prefer a thicker marker paper. For those of you wanting to try Canson XL marker paper for yourself, you can find it going for about $20.82 on Amazon, only $15.89 at Office Depot, $18.99 at Michael's, which is where I originally got mine, actually. Although that was several years ago, so prices have gone up since then. Stop it, inflation. Stop it. Jeez, I can't believe I let this sit for so long. Originally, it was something I wanted to do, but then I got caught up with really having to pack up and find an apartment in Texas. If I could go back, I'd tell myself just stay in Washington State, but that's beside the point. Then it just sat there in my portfolio until I found it while searching for pieces to photograph for my Instagram. Just goes to prove that you can leave a piece of art for years, then just come right back to it. I mean, hey, it's a perfectly good picture just sitting there, so why not color it in? I do love this design, and I really don't do enough seascapes despite the freaking ocean having some of the most beautiful and colorful scenery on the entire freaking planet. Also, just because it warrants mentioning, Ohuhu markers. They are amazing. Excellent value, amazing performance. Be you a beginner, novice, intermediate, or pro, Ohuhu does not disappoint. I just had to throw that in there because honestly, I love Ohuhu markers so much. I cannot stress enough how wonderful they are. Chisel tip, bullet tip, brush tip, especially the brush tip. Like double love for the brush tip, but even like their bullet and chisel tips are just, it is just so wonderful. Great price, great value, wonderful performance. Ohuhu can do no wrong. So just had to throw that in there. With that all out of the way, what kind of marker paper do you enjoy using? Post in the comments below. As always, I love to hear what you guys have to say.
Alright, so now that, like, you know, it's only 3 years late, but I finally really gave this paper a fair shake, and my overall thoughts, it's not bad, but I do personally prefer thicker paper. That's just me. It's like I would rather have like the thick Strathmore marker paper or like even a good Bristol. I just prefer thicker paper. I mean, like I love the Ohuhu marker paper. Anyways, but this isn't bad, and you get a lot of it. It's 50 sheets. And of course, if you prefer a smaller size, you can always, like, you know, just cut it in half or something. Because it's like, I actually prefer working on smaller pieces. When I was like midway through this, I was like, dang, I remembered why I switched to smaller pieces, especially for my videos. However, this, if you want to try it out for yourself, I could honestly say I would give it about maybe a 6 out of 10 overall. I mean, it's a lot of that is also just personal bias, but you may find that you really, really like it. So that's my 2 cents on that. Sorry, I didn't bring any pennies as props to throw at the camera, so yeah, I mean, like, this is a discount show anyway, so small budget. I used my budget on this. I have to showcase these just because, even though, yes, I know they come out with bigger sets and everything, but dang it, I earned this. So, yeah, I love Ohuhu. Like, Ohuhu can do no wrong. Anyways, with all that being said, I certainly hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, while we're at it, why not visit my Instagram at SilverHyena Art. So, this is SilverHyena signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye!